The best in the NBA news, breaking viz, is our pal Woj. You know, the Spurs may have lost out on Andre Iguodala, but Plan B, I think, is a really, really good fit for both San Antonio and for Rudy Gay. How did this deal go down?
Rudy Gay, over the course of free agency, spent some time with Oklahoma City, Utah, and then the Spurs. And the Spurs tried really hard here over the last 72 hours to get him to take that mid-level exception. Tonight they did, and for the Spurs to get a player of that caliber, now he's coming off an Achilles injury, and it may take some time. I talked to R.C. Buford, the Spurs GM, tonight. He said, listen, with the modern rehab, they have great confidence. He's 30 years old, but that kind of a talent was not available at that price anywhere else in this free agency. And they saw the relief, the joy with Rudy Gay tonight when he went and signed that contract, and he was now part of the Spurs, and everyone in the room noticed it.
Well, he's done a share of losing over the years in Sacramento. Now, of course, he joins the Spurs team, where, you know, again, the sky's the limit always with them. Kelly Olynyk is Canadian, which means he's dealt with his fair share of cold winters, Adrian, but he's now about as far away from that as possible here. Why did the Heat make Olynyk a priority?
Well, his ability to shoot the ball, spread the floor. Kelly Olynyk, you know, we reported a 4-year, around $50 million deal. He may have had a couple things that would have paid him a little more. What sold it for him, he was at his agent Greg Lawrence's house in L.A. yesterday, got on the phone with Eric Spoelstra, and just hit it off with Spoelstra in a way that he hung up the phone and said, that's where I want to play, get a deal done there.
Interesting. So he heads to Miami now, a team that swung and missed on Gordon Hayward, but they land Kelly Olynyk here. Meantime, one of the most interesting signings of the day on Thursday, my buddy Franford Schill has been singing the praises of this next guy for years and years. We want to introduce America to Milos Teodosic, Serbian point guard with a whole lot of creativity. He's impressed at the Rio Olympics. Boy, did he ever, helping Serbia get to the gold medal game, 2016 Olympics. How about creativity? Gorgeous feed between DeMarcus Cousins and Paul George. And then Teodosic, creative off the bounce as well, into the lane. That may have been the pass of the Olympics to Bogdan Bogdanovic, who knocks it down. Serbia, again, would lose in the gold medal game, but taking home the silver was almost as good as taking gold for that nation. He played for CSKA Moscow in the EuroLeague Championship 2016. He's such a creative passer. Got the great Euro beard going as well. FIBA European Player of the Year in 2010, and then again in 2016. And then we're gonna let you see the best of Milos's mixtape. Here he goes, one-handed passes. Boom. Won a 2014 silver medal at the FIBA World Cup. Averaged 16 points, 7 assists last season in Moscow. He's creative. He's electric. He's exciting. He's coming to the LA Clippers. A point guard with a whole lot of creativity, Woj. He ends up in L.A. Why the Clippers?
They really targeted him. And Patrick Beverley, I talked to, he's the new Clipper guard, came in the Chris Paul deal. Patrick Beverley and Teodosic played together in Greece 7 years ago. Then they played against each other in Russia. Patrick Beverley said to me today, he is the best passer in the NBA right now. And also, Beverley also said, I've got to change my hotel alias now. He went by Milos Teodosic.
There you go.
And so he's got to come up with a new one.
Yeah, exactly. Like
maybe Chris Paul.
There you go. By the way, I mean, is that obviously no one's going to be Chris Paul there in Los Angeles, but how's the fit work with what they have?
Well, listen, he's not going to be a superstar in the NBA. He is fun to watch. He is a talented guy. He's not going to defend at all. As great as Patrick, he's a good compliment for Patrick Beverley, who's a tenacious defender. He'll be a good player for them, and the highlights are going to be great. You'll see some great lobs, but this isn't a transformative talent. But he's great on the mixtape. He's great in the highlights, and like you will get your money's worth watching him play every night.
Maybe a little Ricky Rubio flair to him.
Absolutely.
We shall see exactly. Great stuff always. Adrian Wojnarowski hanging us here on SportsCenter.
Hey guys, not sure you heard, but Thursday is the new Friday, so we got must-see.
Welcome back. Some news from the NBA Thursday that didn't involve max deals. And, you know, come to think of it, for this story, this logo, it just isn't going to work. Do we have anything? I'm wondering, do we have anything? Yeah, that'll do. 39-year-old Dirk Nowitzki agreed to a 2-year deal with Dallas, and 40-year-old Vince Carter is coming back on a 1-year deal with Sacramento. Both are returning for their 20th seasons. They'll be the 2 oldest players in the league. Nat Hickey is the oldest all-time at 45. Here now, an 8-minute feature on the greatest set shots by 40-year-old men who could once dunk. Or something else, like maybe something along the lines of this. Dirk and Vince Carter, the only 2 active players remaining from the 1998 draft, and their longevity has paid off. Both rank in the top 3 among active scoring leaders. Dirk is 6th on the all-time list, VC 22nd. By the way, he's 638 points shy of passing Jerry West, the logo, to move into the top 20 in NBA history. How about Dirk's Mavs in Summer League action Thursday, taking on the Pistons? By the way, Vince Carter was broadcasting this one. And then Lorenzo Brown did this.
5 seconds left in the third. Brown. Oh! He put Ding in the hoop!
That is how you earn a 50 from me right there.
And coming from a dude who put together the sickest dunk contest exhibition of all time, that's not bad. Overtime, Pistons down 3. Inbounding the rock. They get it to Luke Kennard. Got it. Now, we got to break down the play here. Keith Hornsby is the son of singer Bruce Hornsby. He's trying to defend Kennard, but listen to Mavs coach Mike Weiner yelling about Kennard. Kennard, no! He got it, nailed the big one. He had a team-high 24. 6.7 seconds to go. Jonathan Motley inside the paint. Turns out to be the game winner. Dallas went 5-0 in the Orlando Summer League. Motley had 18 and 10. A Motley crew, to say the least. They win it 83-81. So, you know, Gordon Hayward burned Utah to join Brad Stevens in Boston. Thursday, the Jazz and Celtics played. Winner gets Jay Crowder. And, boy, they're not entirely forgiving in Salt Lake about Gordon Hayward. Nope, cross it out. Ainge, another reason to hate BYU. And then we will never forget you, number 20, Howard, maybe the most creative out of all of them. Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell. These 2 went at it. First-round picks both. Mitchell, some move, and then it's Tatum's turn. Backing him down. That is like shades of Dirk right there. Tatum didn't shoot it well throughout. He was 4 of 12 from the field, but he had 12 points and 12 rebounds. Now, fourth quarter, tied at 60. Tatum, 3rd overall pick. Mitchell, 13th overall pick, guarding him. Watch Mitchell poke it away, and then a little extracurricular stuff going on in the Summer League in July. I dig it. Ensuing possession, Mitchell laughs last.
One-on-one, the spinner, inside, and the hammer, Julian Wright from Donovan Mitchell, and Tatum was on his backside. Oh my, play of this week.
That got the attention of Joe Ingles, huh? He got busy on Twitter. Donovan, hand clap. Why not? Julian Wright finished it off. Someone call an orthopedic surgeon. Jazz win it 68-65. Mitchell had 8 points.
Pistons taking on the Mavericks, Orlando Summer League Championship. Vince Carter on the call. Closing seconds of the third quarter. Lorenzo Brown does this.
5 seconds left in the third. Brown. Oh! He put Ding in the hoop!
That is how you earn a 50 from me right there.
Oh, Brown impressing Vinsanity with the dunk. He knows a thing or two about earning 50s, dunking the basketball.
That was just Lorenzo rolling in a benzo.
Yes.
That lane.
I'm leaving all that alone. Overtime now. Pistons down 81-78. Detroit inbounding. Kennard. Luke nails a 3 to tie, but we're going to break down the play. Keith Hornsby, son of singer Bruce Hornsby, trying to defend Kennard. That's just the way it is. Mavs coach Mike Weiner saw Kennard break it open. He saw it. No, Kennard, no! Kennard had 24, 6.7 seconds to play. Mavs tried to go inside, going to Jonathan Motley. Game-winning jumper right there. Great pass. And Motley, cool, calm, collected, 18 points, 10 boards. Mavs win 83-81 and are the champions of the Orlando Summer League. You can dance. It's all right.
From Orlando to Salt Lake City, NBA Summer League continuing. Jazz fans still hating on Gordon Hayward for leaving. Signs Howard, scared of the West.
Stop it.
I love Ainge. Another reason to hate BYU.
That's funny.
Yeah. We'll never forget you, Howard.
That's funny, too.
All right, to the game. It's all about the young stars on the rise this week. Jason Tatum, Donovan Mitchell, both taken in the first round. Tatum third out of Duke. Mitchell 13th out of Louisville. Ooh, that shot is so pretty. That step back by Tatum. He is turning heads. Double-double with 12 points, 4 of 12 shooting, and 12 boards. Then in the fourth, tied at 60, Tatum, Mitchell matchup. And Mitchell said he specifically asked to guard Tatum. Look at the defense. Physicality there. I like it. Jazz fans in the arena loving it. Little stare down. No one backing down. Mitchell going one-on-one with Tatum. Take a listen.
Mitchell. Tatum. One-on-one. The spinner. Inside and the hammer. Julian Wright. From Donovan Mitchell, and Tatum was on his backside. Oh my, play of this week.
A lot of the Jazz players have gone to Twitter, reacting, watching the young Jazz rookies on the floor during Summer League action. And Donovan, your thoughts?
You know, anytime you play a guy who's the top pick, everybody's coming for him, and same thing with yesterday. I didn't get the opportunity with my good friend of mine, Markel, so I just wanted to go out there and just show I could play defense today. Kind of all happened so fast, but it's in the flow of the game, and it's definitely a spark. You know, we didn't really have energy in the first half, so I just wanted to make my presence felt. I wasn't really hitting shots. I didn't really have a great offensive game, but like I said, the defense travels, so you just got to make sure you have a great defensive game, even if shots aren't falling.
What an approach by the young man. Intensity on the defensive side. If the shot's not falling, Mitchell did finish with 8 points, 4 steals. The Jazz get the win, 68-65. And after the game, Utah tweeting out these images of Donovan Mitchell with the message, "Get used to it." Wow, that's actually pretty cool for an organization that's still a little hurt from the last couple of days. They need something. I mean, they've got some players, but they need something.
I think they have something. Let's welcome in. We have something. Mike Wise of the Undefeated. Good to have you here, my brother.
Thank you, gentlemen.
We have seen some really good Summer League action. Vegas starts tonight. What are you most looking forward to?
Well, Lonzo Ball. Yeah. I mean, the first true point guard in what I think, I don't know, 5 years where I say he passed first. He's all about getting people involved. I bet that his dad's going to be there. It'd be a shocker if he isn't, but I bet his dad is.
Might be right on that one.
I'm impressed that we went 25 seconds with that answer before we got
So,
well done by you.
Yeah, thank you. But I look, this kid, I'm really excited to see him tonight. And I think even more, Jack, 3 days from now, or excuse me, 3 games from now, it's going to be Lonzo Ball versus De'Aaron Fox, Kings versus Lakers. I think that's a great matchup. Everybody saw it in the tournament, and people want to see it again in the Summer League.
Everybody also heard the trash talk coming out of that, including the fathers back and forth following that game. All right, let's go to the Knicks. And last night...
Do we have to?
Yeah, we do. Well, they made news here.
Yes, I know.
And then the headline you see is, "Holy sheet," in the New York Daily News. 4 years, $71 million offer sheet with Tim Hardaway Jr. Knicks already have Courtney Lee on their roster. What do you think of their decision to make Hardaway this offer, a guy that they drafted, now they're trying to bring back?
I think they're doing everything that Phil Jackson didn't do during his tenure. This is the first post-Phil move, so to speak. It's not a huge move. I think they're still in many ways not in disarray, but I don't think anything is going to really start moving for them roster-wise. And what I mean by that is, what do you do with Carmelo Anthony until they interview David Griffin, the GM candidate, former Cleveland Cavaliers GM, and get somebody in that position to help Steve Mills decide what to do with this franchise and James Dolan.
Hardaway's gotten better each year. What do you think of him as a player?
I like him. I like him. I just don't think he's a game changer, Jay. I think he's one of these guys that if he's your 5th best starter on a playoff team, that's a decent team. If he's your 3rd best player, I don't think you're going anywhere.
It's remarkable when we talk about the terms, too, and the money that he gets a $71 million offer sheet for 4 years. But that's the way of the NBA and locking these guys down and making sure you get role players here just in case the save face here. This Melo decision, how critical is it for the Knicks moving forward the next 3 months to figure this out if they don't figure it out?
I don't see them being any kind of contender even in the Eastern Conference, believe it or not, this year. So I don't think they have to do it right away. I think they're going to get some takers at some point. The biggest thing is, and I spoke to a Knicks official yesterday, they have not heard from Carmelo Anthony. Everybody says that he wants to waive a no-trade clause and possibly go to Cleveland or Houston, which is still a mind-boggling thing because he didn't get along with Mike D'Antoni when he was in New York. But I just don't think it's going to be as paramount as everybody thinks because, you know, Carmelo Anthony still is an asset. He's not a liability for them. And if I'm them, I try to sell them on, hey, you're here with Porzingis. Phil was probably your main problem. Why don't you try and stick around and see if you can get somebody here?
In another offense, too.
Yeah, in another offense. That would be my thought. And people in New York, they have a love-hate relationship with Carmelo. They wish he would play one end of the floor, but they love that he plays the other.
That is true. He plays the other really well.
He does.
And Mike Wise is going to be back in the 9 a.m.